Hello and welcome back to the Coin Lady channel. Now back to your regularly scheduled blockchain coverage. Today, we'll be discussing Ripple, XRP, and the rest of the cryptocurrency market. Let's jump right in and watch this video to get things rolling. As we have been discussing the market as a whole as of late, we will touch on the price movement towards the end of this video. We've been concentrating on the aftershock of SVB near collapse. Also, this is being shared on Twitter right now. And David Sachs is the one being quoted here. And now we realize that SVB is irrelevant. The next 20 banks and the subsequent cascade are the focus. Don't forget this coming Thursday. That Friday has nothing to do with SVB. It has to be signed. On Friday to Sunday, the number jumped by another 3.5 and is now up to 20. And who is the one who is grinning at this very moment? It was Johnny Deaton. Do you have any idea how much money is being deposited in regional banks? The top 4 banks are being overwhelmed. They are flocking to JP Morgan Bank, which is too big to fail, a phrase I find annoying because, well, guess what? In my opinion, none of these financial institutions is too big to fail. Even though we all have issues with the bailout in 2008, it is clear that this institution is now too big to fail. Thus, everyone should use one of the big 4 banks. If the Fed cannot guarantee the safety of your money, why would you take any other action? Why not put your money in a bank that is too big to fail if there is even a 1% possibility that you could lose it? What we have here is an issue. We are, in effect, seeing a monopoly. The government's attention is being directed at the 4 largest financial institutions. Of course, the big one, J.P. Morgan, has been in the limelight for a very long time. Additionally, I believe that JP Morgan has long been targeting particular crypto players, a problem that Ripple has helped to solve. But certainly, this is a major problem since there are really just 4 major actors in the financial industry. This is a major issue. Obviously, this is a major problem. Obviously, this is not the only example of the traditional system's flaws that we have encountered, but it is illustrative. Here from the XRP CRO, we can see that he is, in fact, paraphrasing Brad Garlinghouse. Despite our best efforts, the wires are still not 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and rumors lead to collapse and the frictions of moving money inside a deeply fractured system. And, listen, when we look at the entire monetary system, there are so many frictions. It is slow and expensive. It's not like they are open 24/7/365 or something. Sounds like there are a lot of problems within the system. This inefficiency, however, is only part of the problem. The people who run the financial system also fall into this category. In the same way that our government is publicly claiming that an investigation is necessary to determine the cause of the collapse of several major financial institutions, we are actually witnessing the opposite. It's not like you need a PhD to figure out what went down here. In fact, most people in the general public are aware of the situation. This presents a difficulty. Bank runs with insufficient funds relative to reserves shouldn't alarm you or cause you any major anxiety, right? The financial system's downward spiral begins around that point. And as I've said many times before on this platform, repeating past events is not a given. This expression is rhyming. It seems like you're witnessing the same thing again. This way, we can see what Molly Elmore sees over there. 5 further financial institutions have been lowered in rating by Moody's. This is the latest hint of concern over the stability of regional financial firms following the failure of Silicon Valley or Silicon Valley Bank, as Moody's Investors Service has placed First Republic Bank and 5 other U.S. lenders on review for downgrading. We regret to inform you that we have noticed. Moody's has placed under scrutiny a group of other lenders including Western Alliance Bancorporation Intrust Financial Corp., UND Financial Corp., Zions Bank Corp., and Comerica Inc. Concerns were raised by the credit rating agency because of the lenders' heavy reliance on uninsured deposit funding and unrealized losses in their asset portfolios. Seems like we're finally starting to see the ripple effects of SVB near collapse. If cryptocurrency succeeds in its mission and grows in accordance with the basic mechanism for its creation, a hedge against a recession like the one in 2008, then cryptocurrency should be part of your portfolio, right? If cryptocurrency can accomplish its goals, it will be an excellent investment this year. I've said it on Twitter as well, but we have to play a risky game. As if we should reduce our exposure to risk when financial gain is imminent. Assuming that anything at all is conceivable, you should take every precaution to ensure that our initial investment is made between points M and X. Now, we also witnessed Johnny Deaton's performance over here. Thanks. Pose a systemic threat to cryptocurrency. It's clear that he's referencing Jeremy Allaire in several of his remarks. The shift to a fully reserved dollar. The greatest way to protect the internet's financial system from the systemic risk inherent in the fractional reserve banking system is to use digital currency. Once again, attention is being paid to the systemic danger posed by the utterly broken conventional order. What's hilarious though? Stories are still being promoted in this area. The message that, well, yes, you know, cryptocurrency is the dangerous asset class, avoid cryptocurrency is widely disseminated. Putting money into cryptocurrency is a bad idea. Simply put, it's hilarious. And the clock is ticking. Eventually, people will see these bankers for who they truly are. These bankers couldn't give a hoot about you or me if they tried. What matters to them is how much money they have in the bank. So, that settles it. And we can definitely see Ripple XRP, sometimes known as DW Drum, over here. He explains why Gary Gensler is enforcing regulations, why the SEC is afraid about Ripple, and why politicians and banking middlemen are also afraid. Things that are out of their control are things they don't desire. And I only yesterday used this in a video. Here, have a look. After MoneyMax joined RippleNet, international transfer fees have decreased by 40%. Small and medium-sized business clients have avoided spending $25 million in currency conversion and transaction fees. You can complete a payment with Modular in under 10 seconds. Customers of Neem can save up to 98% on domestic transfer fees. This is merely the first step. Several more well-known companies and individuals will soon be joining Ripple. In due time, of course. And I really like this quote down here, which basically says that the old banks are this generation's equivalent of the blockchain or blockbuster. Certainly, we will find someone else to take their place. They must find new ways to succeed or perish. The only way for them to succeed is if they open themselves up to new ideas and legalize crypto technology. Due to the lagging behind of these institutions, they have turned to crypto technology. These traditional financial institutions have completely lacked technological advancement, and their inefficiency is now more apparent than ever. And I think that wave is responsible for a lot of what we're witnessing. In my opinion, they have been the masterminds behind a lot of this for some time. For instance, CBDCs were the topic of yesterday's video. There's no need for me to repeat myself. My main concerns with CBDCs and why I think you should avoid using them have been outlined. For our part, I believe we ought to put up as much of a fight against these CBDCs as is humanly possible. Numerous people argue that it is ultimately irrelevant whether or not CBDCs occur. Certainly, it's possible that this is so. However, we must ensure that we, band together and attempt to oppose these CBDCs as much as can, as they represent a significant threat to the confidentiality of our personal information and the independence with which we conduct our financial dealings. Now, I also want to add over here that Ripple, from simplifying capital flows, and speeding up market expansion to more deeply engaging and keeping existing customers. Businesses that adopt crypto technologies might benefit in numerous ways. Not all CBDCs are involved. It's clear that Ripple has the market covered. Anything from business to financial institutions to corporations to peer-to-peer transactions is a target of their attention. This makes me optimistic, and I think crypto solutions will soon be the cutting edge of the commercial world. This is quite similar to what I mentioned in my most recent header video involving the metaverse, and I just said it in a Casper video. Crypto solutions are here to stay, thus I expect widespread adoption from enterprises soon, regardless of whether or not authorities choose to acknowledge that. In this case, the solutions are allowing for far more efficient outcomes, which more than make up for the negatives, as the resulting efficiencies are so brilliant. We are being led by the hand into the future. In the future, sending money won't cost you $20, $40, and it won't take 3 to 5 days. They are quite cheap, only a few cents each. Again, we will get there, I promise. But it's clear why authorities are so worried about this technology. Now, I do have one last important point to make before we wrap up this video. There is market activity, or price. The fear and greed indexes were also updated today. Essentially, we have entered the area of excessive greed. Now, I'd like to share some important news. Bitcoin is experiencing a major upswing. We are awaiting the next significant development, the next significant shift in Bitcoin's price. It's been back up here at the top, but so far no luck breaking out. We have to keep moving forward on the trail. Similar price activity, in which we essentially just go sideways, is likely to be seen going forward. I understand that this is not ideal price action for many, but it is necessary if we are to keep testing the resistance zone in hopes of weakening it enough to break through. The next upward move will surprise many people by taking Bitcoin to $30,000 or more. Changing locations will be a major life event. Monstrous. Also, the 1618 is my intended destination. I expect to reach that point at around 34.73k. There has been a major shift. Of course, this may leave you asking why XRP isn't gaining any ground. For the time being, XRP is maintaining its hold at the 37 cents level before dropping to the $33.50 level. For our part, we're crossing our fingers that this holds. In fact, we're rooting for a scenario like this one, in which we keep climbing and eventually form a new high. The euphoria we've created is unparalleled. I'd be thrilled to see our share price rise above 56 cents. In fact, I'd be thrilled if we were able to gain as much as 84.5 cents and aim for the 67 cents range. That's a really big step to take. So, how soon can we expect this to materialize? I mean, we really have no idea. Most likely not. Yet, this is important to consider, as at present, Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance are just generally ranging within this range. And I gave you the outline on how to do it quickly and easily. Why do all coins move when they all move, and why do all coins here rapidly increase in value? In both cases, Bitcoin's market share is shrinking. Bitcoin's price is either holding steady or rising. So, right now, we're just watching things unfold. We're keeping an eye on Bitcoin's rise to power. Bitcoin's supremacy appears to want to run further, but it was recently refused between the 702 and 786 price range. We reached a high of almost 46%, which is comparable to Bitcoin's peak. The dollar has been a focus of my research as well. Dollar prices have been showing a lot of unfavorable price movements so far. Two potential outcomes occur to me. They're both running their course till the next significant development. Yet, I believe our case will benefit from the extraordinary bearishness of the currency. Yet, the next move made by the Fed is the ultimate focus of attention. This tweet was incorporated in yesterday's video. If you haven't already, I recommend that you all go check out Noel on Twitter. She's basically saying that the market will probably drop significantly in a negative direction if the Fed does anything above 25. Some people are saying he has to cut rates tomorrow regardless of whether he sticks with the 25 or pauses until the Fed watches the dominoes fall. I'm not convinced we've reached that point just yet. If things look up for Bitcoin's liquidity, that's good news. This is therefore likely to be the impetus for the next momentum shift. The repercussions of this are enormous. The price of Bitcoin could potentially hit a new all-time high thanks to our efforts. In the event that the Fed does something like that, we have Cushman as a potential next step. But not only Bitcoin, but also XRP, is getting ready to make a major move. Bitcoin and the establishment of a dominant position is the next logical step, and we can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Rest assured, we will then throw a party for all the people who own alternative cryptocurrencies. In light of all that, I hope you found this video entertaining. If you enjoy my free content, please hit the like button and turn on my notification bell. See you in the next video, bye.